Hey,
So we saw the best Batman movie of the year.
we did. They had to go all the way back to the 60s.
And get real campy with it. Mm-hmm. Like really, honestly, my least favorite version of Batman.
But it's the best one of 2016.
Absolutely.
This is the fourth movie we've reviewed this year that has Batman in it.
Yeah,
I loved this movie. Did you not watch the show growing up?
I did. But,
So did I, yeah.
But at the same time, like, yeah, I was reading the comics too. So
Yeah.
it was just kind of like, well, that was definitely campy and weird, but it's not like the Batman I ever, you know.
Yeah. No,
But it's enjoyable in its
entertaining
campiness.
as, it's entertaining as hell. I mean, I always look at it like I do, like James Bond. Like,
Yeah.
if you're in the mood for a campy one, you got plenty to choose from. If you're in the mood for a more serious, darker one, there's plenty to choose from there, too. This movie sort of made me want to see, like, an animated James Bond where they bring Roger Moore back. I would love that so much. I loved this movie.
No, this was a blast.
Yeah.
Like, honest, every minute of it was really fun.
Yeah.
Like,
There really wasn't a minute in this movie where I wasn't smiling, like, watching the television series. Like, it was, honestly, it was it was by far one of the funniest movies I've seen of the year.
yeah.
It was also one of the most enjoyable experiences I've had of the year, too. And to compare it to, like, the last Batman movie we saw, which was Batman the Killing Joke, even the animation is far superior in this film.
Yeah. Much, much better in this.
Yeah, it flows really nice. It's quite gorgeous to look at. Like, a lot of the exteriors can have sort of a like Batman the Animated Series look to it, but when you get into the characters and the fighting, it and the humor especially, it kind of feels sort of like Hanna-Barbera characters are existing inside of like a Batman the Animated Series universe. It's so much fun, and they have Adam West back in here, and Burt Ward as well,
And Julie Newmar.
Julie Newmar, Steven Weber as Commissioner Gordon, Jim Ward is Commissioner Gordon.
Steven Weber was Alfred.
There's lots of really clever stuff in this movie because
Yeah, whoever wrote it obviously watched every single episode of the TV series.
Mm-hmm. And even beyond watching just the TV series too, there's a lot of good odes to even a lot of the movies as well. It's
and some random comic book references too.
Yeah, it's a really clever flick. Like, you know, when the movie starts out and it really sets you in the mood for this kind of campier, much funnier Batman. So you have like the villains, Catwoman, the Riddler, Penguin, and the Joker. They're playing like as a band on television on this television series, but oh no, it turns out to be the villains. And you have Robin who says the line, "Those aren't the Ho Daddies at all." Honestly, Burt Ward probably got the most laughs out of me in this. In a movie where I laughed hysterically from beginning to end.
Well, he was killing it with his delivery. He honestly was.
"You bedazzled Bathsheba!" He straight up calls Catwoman a hussy at one point.
And like considers giving her a grope at another.
God damn. But it gets really clever because when it gets into the plot of this, a lot of it has to do with Batman being given this drug that turns him more evil and more serious. So there's some really smart comedy in this because he starts turning into sort of like a modern, like
the darker Batman.
Yeah, he starts turning into like the movie Batman, like a lot of the Batman you see in the movie. So there's a fight scene in it where he wants to kill them.
Yeah, they're on a Russian space station.
Yeah,
and he's going to kill them, and he puts on brass knuckles. and says, "You want to get nuts?
Come on, let's get nuts." He pulls out the "let's get nuts" line, beats the shit out of all of them with brass knuckles, and oh, don't worry, it's still doing the words on the screen, but it's saying stuff like fracture.
And while he's doing it, he spits out the line which comic book geeks will probably get. He's like, "This isn't a space station, it's an operating table, and I'm the surgeon."
Coming from Adam West's Batman. It was really clever. There's even a part where he gets knocked upside the head and he starts seeing like
triple.
So he looks at Catwoman and sees not only Julie Newmars, of course, but Eartha Kitt and
I can't remember her name.
Fuck.
Yeah.
But he sees the rest of the Catwomen as well standing in front of him. Man, like I don't know if they're doing a repeat showing of this. This is a Fathom event. So it's
on like DVD tomorrow.
Yeah. I mean, like if they do because I know they do encore presentations of a lot of different Fathom events. If they do an encore presentation of this, I
highly suggest going.
Yeah, I highly recommend it. Like, it was absolutely worth seeing in the theater.
Yeah,
like,
that was really fun. That was really fun.
Even with it coming on DVD tomorrow. Did you have any favorite parts in the movie?
Well, the operating table line killed me.
Yeah,
because it was just such a weird, dark moment that I didn't expect that at all. Mm-hmm. But also, I thought it was really fun that, like, okay, so Batman goes bad, duplicates himself like 100 times and takes over Gotham.
Yeah.
So Robin and Catwoman's plan is to get an army, so they break all these people out of jail.
That was
and it
so
turns out to
good.
be like every weird villain they had on the Eggman and shit.
Yeah.
Like, they didn't give any of those characters lines, which I thought I was like, oh, come on, let them talk a little. Mm-hmm. But it was just kind of cool seeing them all there.
Yeah.
Like the weird redhead Mr. Freeze-like guy.
Yeah. Like fucking King Tut in there and shit. Yeah. That was great. And Batman himself having to fight several of the other evil Batmen. God, it was even the fight, they were so well choreographed. The animation just flowed spectacularly in this. It wasn't choppy at all.
And it made great use of, like, that 60s Batman universe being in a cartoon to where they could, like, take it to a further extreme where it's like, oh, okay, so the Batcopter and stuff's in it. Oh, he's got a bat rocket ship.
Yeah, he's got a bat rocket ship. He could just fly up into space, which spits out the shuttle that looks like the Batmobile. Those little tiny helicopters that they had at the end of it.
Those were in the show.
Oh, yeah. Well, they bring those back, and they bring back, of course, them scaling the wall as well. The only thing they didn't, like, I was expecting, like, there to be, like,
the Clerks moment, the drop.
Well, I wasn't really expecting that, but I was expecting, like, how, like, there's always some cameo or something looking out the window, like, why, Sammy Davis, what are you doing here? They bring it back, too, when they're in space and they don't need the rope because there's no gravity, so they're just using their fucking gravity boots. Every time they get in a situation in it, they got bat antidote. Yeah. Pretty much really anything you need. There's a fantastic sequence where they're about to be burned alive in a in a an abandoned TV dinner factory, which has a giant oven in it. And
it says giant oven.
It says giant oven on top of it, and they're tied up on this giant plate, this TV dinner plate with peas and Salisbury steak. Holy savory, Batman! And the reason they get out of the ropes is because of the acid in the lemon meringue pie that was next to him, which, of course, he just sticks his hands in there and it just melts the ropes right off. I'm glad they did that as opposed to just rolling off of the thing.
Oh, you know.
Mm-hmm. That was nice. I dug that.
Got to make it as ridiculous as possible.
Mm-hmm. I want there to be more of these.
Honestly, they could easily do it.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I'd be down for seeing more of these.
Oh God, same here. I hope that the people who made this take over for Zack Snyder.
That might be too late, man. There's a middle ground somewhere.
I'll take this extreme. God damn.
Over the other? Yeah, I will too.
This was just a joy to sit through. Like, it was just happy and fun.
Yeah.
And don't get me wrong, but me saying that doesn't mean that I dislike that. One of my top 10 favorite movies of all time is 89 Batman. Believe me, I love me some dark Batman, but God, it's nice to just watch something like this where it's just funny. And
They embrace the ridiculousness of the 60s show, but they didn't. Yeah, they also did it with enough of a sense of humor that it was like, we know this is fucking stupid.
yeah, they certainly know. I mean, honestly, kind of in the same way the 60s TV show, because it's like they know what they're making.
Yeah.
And I felt that way about this too. Like, this is certainly a love letter to the 60s TV series, but it just feels like it goes right along with the series. It doesn't go overboard with just straight out parodying it. And there are in-jokes, certainly.
Yeah.
There's in-jokes in it, definitely. But it really just feels like you're just watching a continuation of it 50 years later.
Yeah.
So I highly recommend this. And we might have something to look forward to in November. Before the movie started.
Oh, yeah. I hope that comes to town.
If it doesn't, I'm all about driving champagne.
Yeah, I'll leave. By that time, we'll have the kid. Mm-hmm. I'll leave Sarah with the kid and be like, yeah, we're going to Champagne to see fucking Space Jam.
So that's a Fathom event that's coming up. Before the movie, they show, like, the cards, of course, for, like, the different Fathom events that are coming up. So they show The Shining, Breakfast at Tiffany's, From Here to Eternity, and motherfucking Space Jam, son! And everyone in the theater was just stopped whatever conversation they were having.
And looked at, because it wasn't like a preview. It was just a card with the logo of the movie. Mm-hmm. And everybody got real quiet, and Brad and I are like, really? Yeah, well, yes.
Like, for fucking what? And you just went, what? Why? And I was like, I think maybe it's the 20th anniversary? And you go, what does that fucking matter? Which, yeah.
What does it matter?
No, I like Space Jam. I can't get over that. I can't get over that is getting a Fathom event re-release.
It's like when Armageddon got a Criterion Collection release.
Yeah!
It's like, really? Okay.
All right. Like, I understand the Criterion for The Rock. Armageddon, really? Alright. Fuck. I am all about seeing Space Jam on this big screen again.
Me too.
I probably haven't seen it in, at the least 15 years, maybe.
I think I've seen it since then, because the nieces and nephews and stuff, but...
Right.
It's been a long time. That,
Same.
like, I've actually had to pay attention to Space Jam.
Yeah, right. I really enjoy playing with you guys. I hope they convert it to 3D.
It's our chance to see non-fat Charles Barkley again.
Yes. Yes, it is.
Holy shit, Muggsy Bogues on the big screen.
About fucking time. Well, I wonder what Patrick Ewing's been up to.
Yeah.
So, why the hell not? But no, I can't. There's plenty more I could quote about this movie, but I loved it. I loved it so much that I really don't want to heavily spoil a lot of things that are in it. It was just an absolute blast to see. It's a quick 80-minute sit. I guess it comes on DVD tomorrow, so it's worth picking up. It's totally worth picking up and checking out. It's worth seeing it in the theater if you have a if they do an encore of it.
Yeah, definitely worth it.
Any other final thoughts about it?
No, enjoyable.
Yeah.
Like, honestly,
Uh-huh.
it's the best Batman thing this year.
It is.
Better than Dawn of Justice. Better
Yeah.
than Killing Joke.
Mm-hmm.
What was it? There was something else.
Suicide Squad had
Ah,
Batman
yeah,
in it.
yeah.
And I didn't really dislike Suicide Squad, honestly, but this...
Suicide Squad was heavily flawed, but it wasn't terrible.
Yeah, I said that in the review, and I stick by that.
Yeah.
I realize there's a lot of well, not a lot, but like there's a couple things where like we talk about it directly after the movie, and then later on we're kind of like, maybe I was too hard on that, or maybe I was too easy on that. Now Suicide Squad, I'm still like, that was flawed as shit, but at least it was
like,
entertaining. At least it had character.
Yeah, no, tragically flawed, but watchable.
Yeah, this was better though. This is better than that. It absolutely, watch it and have a blast. See it.